Hi everybody, this is Phil, the Balrog, and I welcome you to our new battle report. Today is Lannister against Greyjoy. I welcome Sam. Sam, how are you doing?
Good, and you, Phil?
I'm fine. This new battle report, we cut a lot of scene that we are normally waiting to try to always have battle report under an hour 10. Now, do you have something special you wanted to talk of your list before we begin?
I went with a bit more of a thematic list. My main goal with this list was to use everything in the drowned man box, so three units of drowned men and the two drowned prophets. So really, my only point is to try to make a viable list with using everything in one specific unit box.
Nice. Me on my side, what I did, I just wanted to showcase in this game how Adam is strong in a warrior son and almost unkillable. And now we see the
Yeah,
game. You begin taking the envelope.
classic move.
Yeah, classic first move, round one. We were playing Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
The only objective that is really important to say is the one in the top left corner was the one that you had one more card in your end.
yeah, it's a very good one to have.
Oh yeah, but in my mind, it is the best one.
Yeah, the healing one is good too. The shift can be okay. Depending on circumstances like the sundering or the vicious can be okay also, but yeah, the card one is definitely the best.
Yeah, you saw me take the purse as soon as you put a condition token on my
Yeah,
Flayman to
yeah,
remove it. And after that, you took the crown to put a token on your second NCU.
yeah. So for me, and this I will talk about it in our future episode of Talk Around the Fire in our series of meta of the game. Is for with Greyjoy this NCU the uh, Raven Tender. I don't know what's his name. Wendemir. Yeah, Wendemir. In my opinion, is very good. It's very polyvalent. You can do a lot of things with him. Either claim the zone or just get a token for future use. And healing, drawing cards, it's always good. The shift is good too, because it starts a friendly turn, so you can extend the charge.
Oh,
I love him. Yeah,
for sure. Me, the 3-inch bonus that he gave is incredible.
it's
Uh,
excellent. Yeah,
but yeah, because your army don't have any cavalry, and
exactly. Yeah,
one of the thing that can push them forward and be able to charge your opponent is this NCU.
yeah,
We quickly saw on the board. We both went to take objective with our cheap unit. And after that, you saw me take the horse with Cersei. I pushed my Flayman as far as I could because I was hoping to for a charge turn one.
hmm hmm
And after that, you see me pushing Adam Warband in the middle. I wanted him surrounded by enemies. I wanted
yeah,
you
yeah,
to be forced to attack him or spend
yeah.
as much as energy fighting him. That's the reason why I push him so far in the middle
Yeah.
of the fray.
So my main objective here, of course, because you have 4 units of table, me I have 6. So there I have a certain advantage, not necessarily an overall activation. I think I only had one activation, but
Okay, we lost Sam over here.
still, uh, but I could try to hold him up, especially with the drawn men that can take a lot of damage before they die. They actually are very resistant.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
so, so my game plan was to at least tie up Adam Marbrand with them for a couple of rounds. To do other things with my other unit, try to kill the flayed men or the other warrior sons that are
yeah, for sure. Now I have several comments I want to do quickly. Me, I was
a lot.
afraid of your draw. Oh, Sam, twice I lost you a little bit. Do you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Maybe it's going to be a chaotic a little bit on
Yeah,
this
it's
pass.
okay.
Okay. What I wanted to say is my Flayman, as you see, I was wanted to charge
Yeah,
because if I were able to charge your drawn man, I have two attack on then, and after that I wanted to search forge toward you archer, but I missed the charge. I needed a three and more. If I remember well, I rolled a two, and this really screw, not screw, but I was sad because if I were able to kill a drumman unit round one and push toward your
Mhm.
general, the archer, and everything,
For
it will
sure.
have been a really, really good game.
Yeah.
And I had Tyrion and CU. That meant that even if you have your tactic card that keep you alive, I will have a chance
You can
to
cancel it. Yeah.
cancel it and
Yeah.
go for the kill. And
Yeah.
yeah, I hated your list because the drowned man and the fact that 2-1 equal 1 wound, I didn't have a lot of stuff that could deal with them
Mhm.
quickly. And because you also add order that you can regen, it was really, really hard. When I saw the list in face of me, I almost said my only good tool is the flame man when they charge with
When
critical
they
blow.
charge with critical blow. Yeah. And that
Yeah,
was the pretty much the only thing I worried about. And during the terrain placement, I made a mistake. I should have put the bug near the good objective, but I put it on the other side where we wouldn't play because one of my main concern was exactly that the fleetmen can one shot them easy. It's the actually the only thing that can one shot them, and you're well almost the only thing. So uh, I really wanted to mitigate the critical blow with avoiding you have the rerolls with the bug, which is good, or weekend, but you removed it, which was good move on your part. Uh,
yeah, but there you
because
see
yeah,
this.
even a 2 or 3 crit blow and they're done. They're over. Yeah.
Exactly. But I missed the charge, a little bit unlucky, but it's okay. But there I have my brain fart of the game. This was one of my only bad move of the game is to charge your unit with the flame man. The sword is open. I really don't know what I was thinking when I did this charge. I remember that I didn't want it to be charged, but if I now that I think again of my move, it was just bad. It would have been better to let you charge me,
Hmm. Hmm.
attack you with the sword
Yeah.
later, or just move the flamen with the horse and let you come to me. Doing that, I spent their activation. I didn't do a lot of wound to you because you had your drum. What is the name of the attachment, Sam?
Drawn Prophet.
The Drowned Prophet that is really, really good. Even though you had like minus four to your moral test,
Panic.
you
Yeah.
had Asha not far. You had
Yeah.
the Weirwood tree. I spent the air mirror on that and was not able to push more damage that
Yeah.
I wanted on them. And we'll see later. You have so much regen that I just spent an attack. Then
Hmm. Hmm.
after we looked at the battle report and everything, this move that I just made is awful.
Uh, yes, but if you didn't charge me, if you waited for me to charge you, then again, I would have just charged you with the drawn men just to keep you engaged, and you lose your best tool against my army, your charge on flayed men. So here I was actually hoping that you would charge my raiders. That was that I saw it was a yes a mistake, but I don't think it's that a big mistake because
No, but I think
there
the
weren't that.
sword
But yeah,
you you you
you gave me
charge
that sword
me.
there.
I
Yeah,
answered with the sword, and
yeah,
after that you are wound, and
yeah.
if if you spend order to heal them or and the order to do one wound again two wound is passed, I had more chance to get rid of
Of
a
course, yeah,
unit. Charging you, we saw you heal yourself already.
yeah.
I just spent the activation of my most valuable unit in the game, and this game I have 6 rounds, and we are beginning to run two. That meant that 1/3 of the game is passed, and my Flemen
They
didn't
can
do
activate only
much.
4 more times. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
That was what I was kind of mad about myself, and we see that your retaliation attack did 3 or 4 wound.
Yeah. And
Right.
the like the raiders, they don't have good defense at all. They have 5 save and 7 morale. It's awful. But with the drawn prophet, you have the wounds, and here I'm in short turn of Asha, and I have 5 morale, which is very good. So they actually become quite tanky because even on the charge, I was lucky to get the panic test. It was an 8, so it was more or less 50-50. But even then, on a charge with a Hear Me Roar, you did only 3 wounds, which I healed right after. So it makes a really, really good unit, the Raiders.
Exactly. And now you
Here
see
I
I
attack
am
one
in
more time, I think.
yeah. Now you see I'm desperate. You attack me. You did 3 wound to me, and I healed back as quick as I could because I knew that you could shoot them with the archer. You could continue attacking them with the with the other drawn
Drunk man. Yeah.
drawn man, and I really didn't want to lose my flame and this quick in the game. Now you just play your tactic card. Can you explain to us this one?
Yeah, so it gave me so this is my attack on the with the activation of the raider. So I already attack once in the swords, I attack second time, and this is to gain precision on my attacks, which is always good because now I roll 8 dice with them because of the first tactic card I played, and I think I used one order of the drawn men to give me the rerolls on the attack because I wanted to at least kill one rank to get a pillage token going because right now I'm hitting on fours,
Yeah,
which
but
is
like you
really
said, it
not good.
was really good. You have reroll, you have precision, you have
Yeah,
8 attack. It was really scary when I was
yeah. So
looking at you
that's
rolling.
yeah, 3 wounds and three save. And I think with the bag you get a panic token. I think. So yeah, that was 5 wound. I think you already had one, so that's one rank down, and that's for Greyjoy playing against cavalry. It's really hard because you have to kill to deal 6 wound to remove a rank. When infantry it's 4, so it's harder to get pillage. So I was really glad to get so early a pillage token on them. It was really good for me.
Yes, and me in my head it was the other side. I was, oh my god, they always have a pillage token,
Yeah.
8 attacks on the ring. It's crazy. I am in a bad spot, and I went to the crown with Cersei because I say, okay, I'm gonna play another Air Mirror. I have intimidating presence, and I'm gonna try to be able to heal myself with the Sparrow because I'm really in trouble right now, and I was scared that you will be able to kill me with the
Mhm.
other attack that you had at your disposition. But you needed a 7 to pass, and you roll it. It was perfect. And me on my part, I was beginning to sweat. Sam,
Yeah.
okay, you took the envelope. Can you just said why you didn't want to attack right now? Did you were you not afraid that I could flee with the horse or something like this?
No, no, not really. Maybe I could have taken the horses to block the free retreat because I go first on the next round. That was I think a mistake, but I wanted to get the I didn't have very good cards in my hand, not the ones I wanted. I absolutely wanted to have at least one what is dead may never die because I knew it would make force you to use your counter plot that you have with Tyrion. So I really wanted just to go through cards to get to those cards I needed more. Um, but yeah, maybe I should have gotten the horse there, but I didn't get the card that I wanted. The cards I needed were at the end completely. So
Yeah, in me, my strike of bad luck continue because when I went for the retreat, I was hoping to roll high, at least a 3,
and
to
you
get
rolled
out
one.
of the range of the archer and be able to be far enough that you may not be able to charge me. But I only roll a 1. That meant that you were able to fire an arrow volley against them. And a little bit lucky, just suffer another wound, but in my mind, I was really in a bad spot with them. And when I was looking at the field, I say, okay, I may need to sacrifice Gregor to protect them.
Mhm.
And this was bad because losing Gregor meant I was not able to hold the objective to have another card in my hand,
Yeah,
lose a victory point because Gregor gonna get killed, and lose another victory point because he will not score.
yeah.
Then that was a very bad start for my game, and I was a little bit salty missing my charge. You successfully succeed 2 moral tests. After that, not able to retreat far. I was really sweating in my pants.
Mm, mm. And here your commander charged my drawn man because here for me this list could be competitive only if it was positioned right. So I always had to keep in mind that I had to position my drawn men so that you can engage only one of my infantry units with only one of your unit at a time. So you don't have space to align 50-50. So that's what I wanted to force you a little bit to do. Try to force you is that you have to charge my drawn men to get to my good infantry units to try and kill them. So here
That's
for
good.
me it worked. I was happy that your 8 point, 7 point commander was engaged with my 4 point unit. This I was very happy there.
Oh, me, I was not happy, but it was a move to try to save the flame, and it was
Yeah,
the mission save Soldat Ryan in my hand is
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
cannot lose the flamen. I need to heal them back because they are the one that can do the most of the damage. You know, Warrior Sun are crazy good
yeah.
with
Good.
Alam Brand and
Mhm.
everything, but even though they hit good, they don't hit strong enough to kill drawn men with
No,
the healing that you add.
no, no. It's
And
difficult for them because you need to deal at least 8 hits minimum, and that's if they don't roll 6 on save. So eight wounds kills them because with the command of 4, I was near. You don't have vicious with them. With the we're wood tree not far. I think I actually had a tree, so I almost autopassed the panic test. So if you deal even 7 hits, you don't kill them. 7 wounds, you don't kill them. They're
exactly,
still on the table. Yeah,
but
very
I
hard
know
to
that
kill.
the other unit of Warrior Sun, then where we just look at the charge, could kill these
Yeah,
one because I in my mind, if I attack them several times, you will not take all the healing to save them because you were fighting elsewhere. And
yeah,
now, in my
yeah,
mind, I said, okay, I'm gonna swarm them to fight everywhere that you will not be able to save all of them. But I was still in bad place, and I kind of regret my move because we're gonna see further. I should have maybe went to block the Reapers, the
absolutely.
path of the
Yeah, align
Reapers.
on the other side. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I, when I charge, I just didn't want it to go on the cards pile to don't get the malus, the penalty
the
to
no
be
reroll. Yeah,
exactly, and keep my fate token for the save and everything. And we're gonna see very soon that you that was a bad choice of my part. It was my second bad move, but after that, you're gonna see I begin to play well.
yeah. It gets better. Yeah,
Yeah, it get better.
yeah. So this I had the feeling because you're one of those players that rarely make mistake. It's hard to play against you because of that because you usually think about your moves and there I was like, no, Phil is very rusty from the game because normally he don't leave me a space like this to go in his flank to do a march in his flank when I'm a first player next round. He doesn't do things like that normally.
Exactly, but you know, since the tournament, I got sick and now I'm better. But I didn't play. I played one game since
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
tournament
I
this November. That meant that
think
in
we played once online. I think we played once online.
exactly.
Yeah,
That meant that in 4 or 5 months, I had one game.
yeah, yeah.
I was really rusty, and you
Of course.
surprised me. I saw you. You went to play a couple of times, and you were in your prime. And I say, okay, I need to step up my game. It's not a casual game right now, or with a newbie. And there
So
you see me charging
yeah,
to blocking your Reaper, not be able to kill my Flamen. But even though I wasn't the ship because you have a river in my flank, but I say I have no game. If I don't try at least something, I will just lose. I say
yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah. No,
I
you
will
had
be
no choice.
lucky and survive to your attack of your rivers. I say okay, I'm gonna go stop the reapers. This one, the raiders. What's the name of the?
Raiders are the one on top with
Yeah, okay.
Clegane, and the Harla Reapers, they're the one in the flank of your Flateman.
Exactly. Then I
Yeah,
went sacrifice Clegane. And I swear to God, at that time in my head, I was really like, okay, I need to push I need to push moral test, and you need to miss one because I had
mhm,
filthy to the crown and the sparrow. I knew that with one moral test I could heal of 7 wound.
yeah.
And if I was able to do that, this
It's a
will like,
terrible combo. This
yes, that will
it's
be
why
able to.
I think unfortunately, and I know a lot of players don't really like the fact that a lot of people put a lot of flayed men in their tournament list, and it's not really thematic. But uh, Knights of Casterly Rock, they're really good. But if you take in account Sparrow and exactly that combo, you said flayed men is just better because you can deal almost as much damage as the Knights of Casterly Rock, but with Vicious and Intimidating Presence, you can have so many healing that you cannot have as easily with Knights of Casterly Rock. That yeah, I start to realize Flayed Man is just better in Lannister. If you have Sparrow, it's just better than the Knights of Casterly Rock, in my opinion.
And
Yeah,
I need to agree with you, and
yeah,
that's the reason why I play less and less Knight of
yeah.
Castle Rock.
I know, and like they have Lannister supremacy, which is good. But on cavalry, it's a lot less better than on infantry because you have less ranks. So I didn't never find it very useful on the cavalry. So yeah, I'm starting to think that flayed men it's really better than knights with
Yeah, and
for the
it's hard
healing.
because when you engage the Knight of Cascally Rock, you decide with who you're gonna attack them and suffer the panic test.
Mhm.
When you attack with the Flamen, you decide who you attack. That meant that even if you put the Sparrow on the attacker when they attack your Knight and you say, I may heal myself if they miss their panic test for Lannister supremacy,
Oh,
it's a
here you
lot of
saved a
may.
lot. You saved all seven dice, all five dice you had saved, six dice. Yeah. So I made you reroll with the vulnerable token, and then it was only two wounds. I was hoping the side charge would deal a lot more damage than that. It didn't because then you rolled your total
Exactly.
success panic test, so it dealt like two wounds. I was hoping to finish them because here at that point, I think you have like two wounds left on them. I think it was really close there.
They had still three one of them, but it
Three
was
wounds
really
again.
close. I
Yeah,
was lucky because, like you said, even with rerolls, I just suffered two wound and I
yeah,
success my panic test. The chances that I would live was very small,
yeah. On that
but
charge, I was sure I had you there.
like
Yeah.
we talk often, never give up. I was unlucky at the beginning of the
Of
game,
course.
but on this one I was really lucky. Then that's one thing that we already talk in previous episode of Let's Talk Around the Fire. Don't give up because maybe you're already
Mhm.
unlucky, but you never know when the luck can change side. Now you
Absolutely,
see, I
absolutely.
jump with the sparrow on the sword, try to attack you and heal myself because now the sparrow is influencing the reapers. You are not in Asha bubbles. I give you a -2 to yourself. In my mind, I was like in a -3 because the we were three and the
Yeah.
corpse pile were in range. In my mind, I was in a spot where I could heal myself back, and like I said, I had Filthy to the Crown in my hand. Then I knew that I could like really heal back my Flayman to a point that I will not be scared of dying after another attack.
Hmm, hmm.
But you succeed your moral test, and I was pissed. I was just miss one, son, please. Now
But
I went for
that's what I thought. I think maybe when you first sent me your list, I thought it's a very strong list because originally I think you had two flayed men instead of the other unit of warrior son. You have another flayed man, but it's not important. Even with one, it's okay. But I said to myself, it's really good. You have a lot of panic, but you had no way of giving panic tokens, so you really rely on chance. And
I have
Lannister,
a
it's a
way.
faction they
I have the war cry,
yeah. Oh no, that's true. Yeah, you have war cry. Yeah,
but I didn't put
that give
my
panic.
war cry near the flame, and this was my mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, even though the war cry, I understand what you say. Without
Mhm.
a panic token, it's a lot harder. And we saw I play Cersei on the crown, try to make you miss your panic test, and I play my other her mirror. That meant that I had another like -3 moral test on your side, and you succeeded again. That
Mhm,
meant that
mhm.
I was pissed again because it was like the fifth time I was hoping to heal myself. I was not able to do it.
Yeah.
But you could told me that take the purse, but I knew that I would heal a lot more if I would just be able to make you miss a panic test, and I will deal you damage. And I wanted to kill your unit of Reaper because now the move that you make was real good because you went for the kill. But being able to be in combat with them without the backup of your other unit was an opportunity for me to kill one of your unit.
Mhm, mhm.
Because, like you said, this army list that you bring, if you keep formation, is crazy good. But now formation was broken, and I
Yeah.
saw an opportunity
Yeah.
to make some game.
Because I before I did that march to get your flayed man, I knew I was breaking the formation, so it has to be worth it. And I knew I was first player. You had five wounds left. Yeah, I was in your flank. I said, for sure I can kill him. The chance it's bigger than 50% that I can kill him. So I charged. It didn't work, which is okay. But yeah, now I was in a lot less good position at the end of this round than the previous round.
Yeah, and we see my last attack that I was able to do. My when I activate the Flamen, I was saved by you failing your panic test.
Yeah,
I was so glad because we saw you rolled two on the damage die. That meant with the intimidating present, it was three wound.
three
That
wounds.
meant
Yeah.
that Sparrow gave me three wound and filtered the crown because I controlled the crown. That meant another four wound of healing. That meant that now my flamen were almost full,
Almost full. Yeah, yeah,
and I was back in the game. Even though
yeah.
I lost Gregor,
Hmm.
okay, I have only three activation of on the table, but at least I thought that okay, I have a chance to continue playing this game and maybe surprise you
Hmm. Hmm.
and if I'm able to kill one or two drowned men, I may be able to reverse the steam of this game.
Yeah, yeah, and I 100% agree. And it's one of the things I love about this game. It's never over. If you even if you have a well, no, sometimes it's over. Sometimes if it goes
Sometimes
really
it's
bad,
over.
it's over. But most of the time, even if you have a bad start, you can always catch up.
Yeah, I
Even if
swear.
you have a very bad start, you can
If you
catch
have
up.
killed the Flayman, it was over. I
Oh, it was
decided to
over.
bring just one unit because it's kind of not sad, but uh, always playing two Flaymen.
Yeah, me, I would put almost put when I play Lannister, I would put two flayed men in every list every time.
Yeah, but I didn't want to
Almost.
showcase
No, no, no. Of
Flayman. I wanted
course.
to showcase
Yeah, yeah.
Warrior Sun with a champion in them. I wanted to
Hmm.
showcase
Hmm.
Adam Warbrand in Warrior Sun, Gregor
Yeah,
Clegane, the one that tried. I didn't want to just show like how strong are the
yeah.
Flaymen with the Sparrow, the healing that they can block. That's the reason why I told you that I'm gonna change because I want a more diversified game.
Because as an example, even with Greyjoy, it's good because you don't have a cavalry with them, so and they're definitely the best option. Uh,
Oh, for sure, Greyjoy
like
miss a cavalry unit.
yeah, 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 will never be good until they have cavalry. Well, they will never be a top contender for the top rank before they have cavalry. And like the Harla Reapers that I have with the Drawn Prophet, it's okay. But if you compare at 8 points, it doesn't pass the Flayedman test. You take Flayedman beyond that anytime because it's the same type of unit that attacks for panic damage. They have vicious, they deal extra wounds. Flayed men have vicious, they have intimidating presence, which is even better because it affects other attacks as well.
Refers to being very good, you need the PH token, and it's not always easy to
Yeah,
get the
no, no,
token.
exactly. So yeah, like in a tournament, I would never bring this exact list. I would definitely change the Reapers and the Prophet for a Flayed Man, and already there it would be a lot better.
Me, I will bring a similar list, but like we told,
Yeah,
I will bring two Flaymen, and I think I will switch Cersei for Ruse to have those precious panic token.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
Cersei
a very good
included
option. Yeah.
two other her mirror, but I think the panic token is better because they will help you make them more fail their panic test.
Yeah.
Now we saw you hitting me pretty bad with the arrow on the
The
warrior's son.
archers are so good. I love them.
Yeah, me, I was kind
Archers.
of fighting them at that point.
So because they attack long range, which of course it's good. They hit 6 dice 4+, which is average of 3 hits, which is really not a lot. However, when you're in the flank and it's in long range, it's quite easy to be in flank because right now I'm in the flank of your warrior son at the bottom. You get the rerolls, and then it starts to be interesting if you can attack in the flank because it's average 4.5 hits, so 4 or 5, which is okay, but you get the -1 armor and -1 morale from the flank. uh, it begins to hit hard, and I think maybe we've passed it, but I think I played Warcry before attacking them. So yeah, they can in good circumstances they can hit very hard, the archers, and for 4 points they are very strong.
Yeah, exactly. And now we see you miss unlucky moral test with the drum man, but you still had one wound left
Yeah.
on them. Me, I was just hoping to be able to kill one of the drowned men with my warrior son.
Mhm, mhm.
Was hoping that you will not be able to heal and next turn kill one of the two. But we saw that you tried to heal them. I don't.
This is the card. It's
Yeah, my camera focus was not good, but this is the one that you are able to heal your drowned man.
oh yeah, and you played because I was about to heal 3 wounds. Yeah,
Exactly.
on my
I play
my full
I
game.
play counterplot because you declared that you were activating them and going to attack me. And me, I had lashed out in my end, and I knew that if I were able to block the healing, I could kill them with this
Yeah,
card.
yeah,
And we're gonna see.
yeah. I completely forgot about lash out because otherwise I would have just retreated them to get the objective, and it would have forced you to either run after them, or I would have one point per round for the rest of the game. So that was 100% a big mistake on my side. I
And me,
completely forgot that Lash Out was in your deck. I didn't study the his deck before. So I
me neither. I didn't knew.
yeah,
When maybe 2 years ago, I knew all the commander by art and tactic
yeah,
card. But
yeah,
when
yeah.
they did their big the
Yeah,
big
the update.
2021 patch and they change everything and we saw two or three new faction. I no longer know what every commander do, but before tournament I strongly suggest everybody to read the tactic card because it can make
Yeah.
you big mistake. And there I was happy because I still had Tyrion took the horse and my warrior son. They were able to kill one of your guy, make a
Hmm,
point,
hmm,
and go back in the fight.
hmm.
Was pretty happy. But now
Yeah.
we do the scoring, and I was going behind because you had two victory point more than me because your drawn man at the
At
top
the
of the
top.
screen
Yeah,
it was scoring point,
yeah.
and that I said at the beginning of the game it was a huge mistake of me charging with the flayman and put them in the trouble because I had to sacrifice Gregor, and now because I don't have Gregor to score point for me, I'm going behind, and I saw the game slip and be more and more difficult for me to win.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. I should have retreated with the drawn man and get the token for 3 points. But now here, I think you cut it, but I had to think for like 5 minutes. What was my next move? Because here I
Yes.
was in sandwich. My little guys were in sandwich. Flayed man and warrior son sandwich. It's not nice.
No, but yeah, it's true. I cut all the waiting time because
Yeah,
um,
I think it was our longest game ever we played.
yes, because we went to round six. But
Yeah.
I just want to tell quickly, I did Warcry with the Warrior Sun. I took Sparrow with the Flayman for at the attack
Mm.
because I wanted to push the most damage and kill the Reaper this round. But what you told, it's true. It was a hard fought game.
Okay, so
Now
here,
we
panic test, I succeed, but you make me reroll both dice, and I think yeah, and there I
Yeah,
fell. So it's another
there
4.
you go.
Now
4-1.
I knew I was in trouble there.
The reason why we say the panic test is so important to have the panic token because now I did 4-1 to you and I healed back 3-1. Now your archer that was very scary that could maybe kill my unit of warrior son with a bad
They're not that much scary anymore. Yeah.
moral save. Now they are going to survive.
Mm,
That's the reason why, like you said, if you can push panic token and you have warrior son, not warrior son, but flameman and the sparrow, it's so good.
yeah. So here I played Warcry again on your Warrior Son, and I think it's here that you cut some time. I took some time to think because I was wondering what was my best option here. It's first round, so I can play anything. So I say, do I attack the archers with the archers to try to down your Warrior Son unit? So maybe my Reapers can survive a charge. I didn't know because I knew you wanted to kill my unit with the Warrior Sun to still have your activation with Flayed Man. So I thought it maybe it was the best option. I really wasn't sure. So
Yeah, but we see you take the two token, the war cry is worth it because you make me
yeah,
reroll and everything.
but here you succeeded
Yeah,
again on this. Yeah,
barely succeeded. That was lucky, but still a good attack. It make me a lot of
3-1. Yeah, yeah.
damage. Uh, for one, I was happy to have the token to cut one of the wound that you made me, and I was happy to have healed them back because
Mm.
there I still had 2 rank to help me attack you.
Okay, and here
Now
you wanted to finish my Reapers with
yeah,
Cersei.
and I wanted to kill them with Cersei because I didn't want to waste activation with my warrior son or the flameman to be able to go back fight other stuff. Now you fail, but I just pushed 2 wound because
Yeah,
you roll a 1. I was happy because you had failed. That meant another 2 point of
another
healing
heal
with the
too.
sparrow.
It's terrible. Yeah.
But I was kind of, we are turn 4. I only have 2 more round. I need to make everything count. I need to kill them. And even if I kill them, maybe you have like your tactic card to make them survive.
Hmm.
That meant that every activation, they were still on the table. You were a threat and you were continuing to go ahead of me in the victory point. Now you see me. I'm wondering, do I try with the warrior son and the flayman? And I decide to take a risk with the warrior son because the flayman needed to go elsewhere, and I barely succeed, but I was happy because a roll of 1, I will not have make it. I will not have make the charge, and because of that, I knew that I will be able to kill your guy, and the flayman could go fight elsewhere.
Yeah,
And after that, you
I
got.
knew I was dead there. I knew I was dead.
Did you have the card in your hand and
No,
decide not to
no,
play it?
I know I wanted to have it. It was like my two last cards in the deck, I think.
Okay.
The what is that may never die, which is one of the good Greyjoy cards
You are
for
one
this.
of the
So
greatest, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Me, I was keeping Tyrion for that may never die. Because I really didn't want you to bring it back.
Mhm,
I say
mhm.
my Tyrion counterplot is there for only that.
Yeah.
Then you see I'm pushing myself at 15 inch, just outside the range of the archer, just in case I kill the drawn man. I didn't want you to finish off my warrior son unit. And
And
now,
here that's a bit of the point of the list also is that I have Balon Greyjoy as second NCU, and he's just ridiculous. It's so strong to can that you can bring back a unit on the table, full ranks, full with attachment, everything. It's already activated, fair enough, but it's still very good. Here I was worrying that you had intrigue and subterfuge that you kept for that, but no, I was able to put them back on the table.
Yeah, and me, I was mad because I forgot that you have Balon. And when
Yeah.
you told me, okay, I'm gonna play Balon and bring my unit back, I was, wait, you're gonna do what? And I just, oh fuck, Balon. In my mind, I say, okay, the river are dealt with. I'm gonna be able to go kill what's left on the table. And when you told me, no, no, the rivers are coming back with
Yeah.
their attachment, I was, oh my god, this
So
game
strong.
is so bad.
So strong. And it's exactly that. Like normally, without that power, it was looking very bad for me. I had lost one of my good units, one of my small unit, but now it's still in the fight. You, with all the resources that you've put, all the war cries and the cards and the activation, you killed only one drownman for me. So it was
Yeah, it's true.
still a 50-50 game at that point. I think I had like one victory point more at that point from the guy on the top. But yeah, it's still a very close game there. I think it was
Yeah,
our closest game we had also because usually it's either you slaughter me or I slaughter you normally.
a
But
lot of
this
time
is
we decide to change it, but before it's a lot of time it depend what kind of list we brought.
yeah,
Sometimes you have like a very good list, but the list that you or me bring is the counter of the other one.
yeah, yeah,
We always play the game because my mindset is you need to practice bad counter because in tournament it could happen,
yeah.
and you need to play in thinking how can I cut my loss, how can I win this game, and if you never try it, you're gonna be in a huge disadvantage because maybe you're gonna realize, okay, if I play against this list, it's a big counter against my list, but I have a win con and I'm gonna play around it,
Hmm, hmm.
even if it is slim. But if you never realize what is the win con, you may gonna realize it a little bit too late in the tournament. That's the reason why, like you say, sometimes it's go a very one way game. But now we decide to bring two lists, like in the tournament, to stop a little bit this kind of stuff,
Yeah,
and we want to practice and
yeah.
more even game and have a good challenge on both sides and not just play a bad matchup,
Hmm,
you know.
hmm, hmm.
And now we saw we attack. I attack with my warrior son. I wanted to kill your
Yeah.
drone man. I say if I want to see them die, I need to push damage and kill them and force them to use their order. And after that, we see you just spend activation, letting me spend mine because you had the more activation than me, and it
Hmm,
was kind
hmm.
of the right way. Spend all your activation. After that, I'm gonna overwhelm you with mine. And you see, I'm in desperation mode. I'm go for the retreat, and after that, I'm do my wheel because I wanted to try to cut the loss of victory points because you just we saw you at the top. You still let your groundman on the victory on the token, the objective
Mhm,
token,
mhm.
and me, I say I need to put my general on the token to be able to split it. But you answer charging me, and that is when you remember me that the drone men they have the same rank than a unit that they have of hit point.
Yeah,
And I was kind of mine
yeah.
because of that. You were contesting the objective,
Mhm, mhm.
and I was not able to control it, and you continue to take the advantage of the victory point gap.
However, and this I had to choose, but here I wasn't protecting my archers anymore, so you had wide open gap to charge them in the front. Uh, Possibly, if you roll a lot of six, which I think happened, you could potentially one-shot them. But the archers at 4 points, they're actually quite resistant because they have defense of 5, which means you still block one hit out of 3 normally. So yeah, it's really good here. I made a mistake because I didn't want to give the flank of my reverse, but I should have turned them another 90 degrees to towards the side in front of my archers, just to be able to charge you back if you charged me. So
Yeah.
this was another mistake. Yeah.
And me, I smelled the opportunity. I saw the archer that was doing consistent damage to me, open to a cavalry charge,
Mhm.
and I was wondering what do I do. But because the raiders had a drowned prophet, I knew that charging them is just a big waste of time. I did it round two. I went with my flamen,
I
and
did two, 3 wounds. Yeah.
because of the drowned prophet, the link card, the purse, everything. If I charge the raiders again with the flamen, I just lose the game. Then after we see you shoot me, I was wondering what my next play was, and I decide to go all in. I say the archer don't have. It's the only unit in the table that they didn't have
The
the
half
the,
wounds.
the
Yeah.
yeah, the afternoon rooms. And I say, like you see, to the answer was easy. I say, I'm charging you right away. I'm gonna go for the kill on your commander, and if I want to win this game, I need to take Asha out for the morale bubble, and it was the only unit that I could easily get out right now. And stopping you to shoot, because right now my warrior son, they were so badly wounded that the archer was really doing a difference, and I didn't want them to be able to kill me.
So here you
And
have 5 critical hits for
yeah,
12
it was
hits on the archers.
it was
It's
crazy
terrible.
when I saw the 5 6. I said, okay, I feel dirty. It was not even fun. I say, okay, did I just push 12 it with the flame in?
Yeah.
I was lucky on this one.
Yeah. And as I said, like normally, like as example, if you save on 6, in average you save only 2, you get 10 hits, and then you're almost dead. But on 5s, it's 1 out of 3. You would save 4, which 8 wounds. It's not that bad. And here I blocked 3, and then I still had 2 other dice to roll. It's when
Mm,
there's so much hit that you don't have enough dice. It's bad.
yeah, exactly.
So that was
Uh,
nine wounds on one charge. It was so strong, and I still had the panic test to do.
Yeah, and at that point, I was hoping to wipe them in one charge.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never dreamed to be able to kill them in one charge. But after dealing them all these wounds, I was like, oh my god, if he misses panic test, it's over. I'm gonna be able to go do another thing with my flame. But that's where you play your double six. Then you always like have you know a way to balance the luck.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
lucky on my attack, lucky on the on the moral test, and it's okay. And after that,
yeah,
I think that was a card to heal you that you just push.
yeah. So that was one of the good Asha cards, which is it's not powerful, but it heals you for 2 plus 1 per missing rank. So this card would have healed me for 4,
Yeah,
bringing me
exactly.
back to 6.
And
But you
me,
canceled it with counterplot. That was a good move.
yeah, and me, I didn't want you to heal too much. I knew that you have Order of the Drowned Man in the purse, and I thought myself, if I let this tactic card pass, and after that he take the purse or the drown or even both, you're
Hmm.
gonna be full again, and I
Yeah.
will not have another opportunity to get rid of the archer.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's the reason why I took my second counterplot. I only had Tyrion counterplot left. I was a little bit mad because I was hoping to keep both the tactic, the counterplot card for if you have what is me may never died. But at that point, I just say I need to cut my loss, and if I want to kill the archer, I need to stop the healing. Now you see me, I flee with the warrior son because
Yeah,
the raider was very near for a charge, and the other stuff I didn't want you to be able to take the horse and change the facing of the raiders and being able to attack me with an attack after that this run.
for sure.
You know, Lash Out, Adam Marbren, very good card. But
Yeah,
what I realized after the game is Adam Marbren unit never lose a rank because his Arden ability and the Warrior Sun ability make that you block a lot of wound.
absolutely.
Then
Yeah.
having a rank less is not very something that gonna occur. The
Mhm.
cavalry having one rank less the same. You need to have 6 wound less. It's not something that can occur a lot, and it's just one rank. And Gregor the Mountain that ride don't have less rank. That meant that Lash Out, even though it's a very good card, in these kind of lists, it's kind of hard to play
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
at his full strength. And now I succeed a moral test, and I play the Adam Marbrand card that you can heal a unit around him. I just put this to heal a little bit my
Yeah,
boys.
well, it's a heal to it, so it's okay. You healed one
Yeah,
from each. It's not bad.
but me, it's more. I have the card. Play it as soon as you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Don't keep this card. And when you have a unit with 5 wound, each wound more you have, each wound you give you a chance to survive.
yeah. And I think it's especially when I teach the game to new players. And they ask the question is often, oh, when can I play the cards? And my answer is always as soon as possible. So it's written on the card when you can play it. You play it as soon as you can, because if you hug card because maybe not now, maybe later it will be better. It's not a good strategy for me. With some exception, like maybe counterplot, it could be a good option that you keep a card to play it later. But like this, if you wait to maybe heal more and two rounds later, it's cards you won't be able to draw. So yeah, you
I
just play the
know.
cards. Yeah,
I agree with you. Now we see I roll a lot of dice because I roll one over, then we reroll and the attack of the drawn on the drawn man. But what you tell is true. You can keep a card, one really strong card, counterplot, because this card, if you keep it for something specific, may help you more. But everything else, try to play it as soon as you can because waiting the perfect moment to play the card may never happen.
yeah,
If you keep the card but you stopping yourself to have other card, that means that you're stopping yourself to have advantage. You don't need
yeah,
to have the biggest advantage to win. You just need to be able to have some. And
yeah.
now I was able to kill your
It was
second
terrible.
drawn prophet. Oh yeah, I was
It's
glad.
because yeah, you had a vulnerable in panic, which increased your chance. But out of 6 hits, I blocked none, so it dealt me 3 wounds, and then I failed the panic test, unfortunately. So
Yeah. But you
that
had
was her.
both token, and
Yeah.
I was vicious now because I lost Gregor
Oh, true. Yeah,
with Lannister base
yeah.
death, and I was on a curse pile. That still meant that was like minus
On
three
7. Yeah,
on 7, and
yeah,
with a panic and vulnerable. That if we're able to roll a 6, I was
yeah,
able
yeah,
to reroll.
yeah.
I was lucky, but I set
There
up
was good chance
myself
of killing them. Yeah,
to be able to kill you
absolutely.
because, like we said, we are turn 5, and I needed to kill stuff to be able to bring myself back in the in on the board for the victory point and be able to score a point that I had to get rid of this unit. Now you took the crown, but you're gonna play the tactic card that you take the zone for an attack.
Exactly. Yeah, because and this is why I didn't take the purse, because purse would have healed me 3, but with we do not so. You do a free attack, and then if an opponent controls the purse, which I was waiting for you to take it before I do an attack with my archers, uh, it heals you for 1+1 per missing rank. So that was a heal 3 card. So that was good for me. And here I had some chance to survive another attack from the flayed man if I had some good saves and you didn't roll too many hits. I could survive another attack and then charge you from the back with my reavers.
Exactly, and me, I took the purge to heal my warrior son back, but I was mad that you healed yourself back, but I decided to keep my counterplot because I really, really, really thought at that point of the game we are around 5. You have what is that may never died in your hand. I need to keep it
Yeah,
because if I don't, the unit gonna survive. That okay. I prefer to let you live with 7 wound. I know that I'm gonna be able to attack them and maybe kill them next round. Uh, and uh, and after that, play my counterplot to your card and kill them. Then just stop dealing. But after that, they're gonna survive because I didn't keep my counterplot. And I was not
in my
controlling the crown. Then it was not a
yeah,
good a good place to play it.
no, no, no. Okay, so here I was playing. I was declaring a charge from my reverse to my warrior son, and I was at 12 inch. So I played the tactic card. I don't remember the name. I'll try to find it. But where you can spend a pillage token at the activation of the unit to add +1 move, which brought me in speed and have a reroll. Now I rolled a 5, so it gives me move 11. I choose not to reroll because I was okay with failing the charge. I didn't mind. I just wanted to do a front march to go near and be out of the range of your commander. I just want to be out of his line of sight, so it's a one-on-one fight against the others. Because if I rolled less on my reroll, then I could still be in the line of sight. So
Yeah, exactly. And you pass the moral test for
yeah,
missing the charge. Now,
and here I think it's almost a new round. Oh, here you put a token on my guys.
yeah. No, no,
So
we forgot to put the token and we put them back. And after
okay,
that,
so
we
here it's a
clean.
round 6. That's the
Yeah,
start of round 6. Yeah, so we
exactly,
cleaned up. I healed for 2 with my order with my drawn men because I knew you would attack me again.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
now,
here I was really hoping to survive. If I survived, I was good because I still didn't have what is that may never die in my hand,
yeah.
I think.
And what you just make at the end of the round two is you put your raiders on the objective.
Yeah,
Now that meant that even though I was sitting on the central objective, you
I
continue
still
to
have had more victory points. I think it was like a 6-5 at that point. I think something like that. 6-4 maybe.
6-4, 6-5. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
And I decided to attack you with the sparrow because I knew that my Flamen will not be activated, and I really wanted to try to kill you, your archer. And you saw I was kind of lucky. I was able to push
a lot of hits. Yeah,
for 5 wound, and I played my last Umi roar of the
yeah.
game,
So I had
and
like -5 on the panic, and I failed it, and that was 4 wounds, and they were done.
they
They
were
they
done.
put
Yeah,
up a good fight. The 4-point archers, they weren't bad at all.
exactly. And there you saw the fucking card that I hate. What is May when May never
Okay,
dies?
I did have it. Okay, so that's that I
And
remember.
now I took my
Yeah, you
Tyrion.
had no choice to take him.
Yeah, and they didn't have the crown. It was like a 66% chance of and I was able to
Yeah,
stop it. I was
yeah,
lucky with my 6, and that freed my flayed man to try to kill the last drawn man
hmm
and continue to make a victory point to
yeah,
try to catch up with you.
hmm
Was pretty lucky and pretty happy with this attack.
And the archers for 4 points, in my opinion, they are so good because they attack. Let's say if you compare like to the Lannister poor fellows, they
Mm.
have more defense. They have less morale. That's true, but they have better defense. And they attack a lot better. They really attack quite strong at long range. And when I see like really high ranked players that play Greyjoy, like that have a 1900 or 2000 elo, uh, and when I look at their list, they always have like 3 units of archers. For 12 points, you have 3 regiments, 3 activation that can deal damage, and that have 12 wounds, which is not that easy to kill. And with a list of Asha that gives a morale bubble, a bit like a Mance Raider, they get very hard to kill.
Oh yeah, that's true. I kind of hate this Men's Raider and Asha being able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have 5 morale. It's crazy good. And like you said, if it's for very cheap unit, it's even stronger because having a good unit with low morale,
Mhm,
it's okay.
mhm,
You pay
mhm.
like 7, 8 points. I will not argue. But when you have a cheap unit like this, be able to resist and not being like easy prey, it's really really hard for your game plan to play against it.
I
And
think
now you will see,
one of the oh yeah, yeah, you charge my
I
reverse.
charge your reverse. In my head, I say, okay, I need to kill them to win the game. The only thing I what okay, the only thing is I knew that it would be very hard for me to to kill them, and almost impossible to kill them
Mhm,
this
mhm.
run. Now, that's what I wanted to tell you. It's I went and when I charged, I decided to do a 50-50 and the side of the bug. But you explained to me if even if it's after the charge that you go cover the bug, you still have the penalty of the bug. And after that, I move my warriors on the other side. You let me do it. But something everybody you need to know: if you decide after that to realign your unit on a bug or a corpse pile, you will have the penalty even if it's just realigning them after the charge. You learned me that rule this day.
Yeah. Well, I think that's how I always played it. That if your movement ends on the bug, even with the realignment, you don't get the reroll. Maybe I'm wrong, but the movement and the attack is part of the same charge action. So that's how I always played it, and that's how how we play it with Alex. So pretty sure that's it. But yeah, so here I played. Okay, so to give +1 dice to them. So one thing you did very well in that game is you really avoided my reverse who attack only twice at the beginning of the game, and now I have a unit that hits 8 dice on 2+ with Sundering, and it's just sitting on an objective, and it's the best thing they can do. So that you did very well in that game.
Yeah, and I was really scared that you will have like go charge and fight with them, but you decide to play at the victory point aspect of the
Hmm,
game,
hmm.
and I understand it because turn 2, 3, 4 you were able to score with your drowned man, and me I didn't have Gregor to do the same. It was letting you go further and further ahead. Now, what we
So
saw
here
really
I
quickly,
attack.
we saw you put me a weekend token on the Flayman with the envelope and draw more card. Me, I decided to remove the weekend token as soon as I could because I really wanted to kill the
The
drawn
low
man
guys, yeah.
because I was behind the victory point and I needed to score another one just to catch you up. And after that, I think you took the crown, but again, it was to put your tactic card to make a free attack.
Yeah. So normally, here, let's say in a tournament, I wouldn't have attack. I would have just took the horse to retreat and then move with the maneuver on the objective just to score points if it was tournament, but that's boring and we don't want to see that in a battle report. So we just attacked each other.
Exactly. You told me, Phil, in a tournament, it's a battle report. We just want to have fun because if I take the horse and I fled, because uh, me, if I wanted to win, to draw, I needed to be able to kill all your units. And on your side, if you just have fled and after that went on the objective, I could not be able to kill all your unit and catch you up. That meant that in the tournament you will have win, but now you said I chose violence, and I respect people
Exactly.
that choose violence.
So here I used again the card. I took two pillage tokens out to heal 4 wounds on my reavers when I activate them, and then I did an attack for 5 hits,
Yeah, the only
which
thing
I
that we forgot, I still had the token, a fate token
yeah, yeah, we
on the
forgot about
warriors. On you're gonna see, I'm gonna block the wound with them, but it's just because we forget it to put it on them.
So I was hoping to maybe kill them, but again,
I
yeah,
was
you
prepping my
rolled.
pens that you will going to kill them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they barely survive. It was a very good attack, and choosing violence was
If
not that
paid
bad
off.
idea.
No, no, no.
Because in a tournament you could have run on the objective, but choosing violence also make you made more victory point.
Yeah,
Not victory point. I don't remember what's the exact term when you kill unit, but
victory to combat.
victory to combat,
Yeah,
and that helps sometimes you to go further in tournament
yeah,
when you
yeah.
are drawing on the number of win.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It always depends because I saw a game at the beginning of the tournament, everybody go for the just the win, but sometime later people go for the kill the most unit that they can because they know that if they want to make the cut or go to the final league
Mhm, mhm,
because they
mhm,
don't
mhm.
have a perfect amount of player, they need to have a lot of point kill by their unit. And now you see me charge with my commander. Something that you did great in this game is just not attack Adam a
Oh
lot
no,
of.
for sure, no.
I wanted to show how strong he was to taking hits. We were not able to showcase it,
No,
but believe
thanks.
us, okay?
Yeah,
Do not attack Adam Morbren
it's not
when
worth it.
no, you're just gonna waste your attack.
Yeah, it's like attacking a Queen's Men with the Stag Knight Noble. It's just not worth it. They won't die. You won't kill them. You'll just hurt yourself.
Yeah, you have a couple of units like this that you, if you attack, it's just like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lose your time. You have another unit that do that. What is the name of the commander of the Grey George that is just unkillable?
It's in my opinion, it's even worse than Marben. It's Black Tide.
Yeah, Black
Yeah,
Tide.
Black Tide,
Yeah,
because
he-
he has hardened and to the last. So that's just ridiculous. If you put him in Silenced Men, and you have the I think I don't remember Baylor Greyjoy or Balon Greyjoy. I'm not sure. Black Tide. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Baylor Black Tide, the NCU that gives half hits. Also the same thing as an influence. He's just not killable. I almost lost a game in a tournament because of that. I was doing well. I had uh, killed all the other unit. It was just Baylor Black Tide remaining with the Silence Man. I had one full unit of Tully Cav and one full unit of Stark Outriders against his. And like one round after, I my Outrider was dead, and the Tully I had to flee because otherwise he was gonna kill me. So
it's
it's
crazy.
really really strong. It's crazy. I attacked him like 6 times, and he was still on the table with like 2 wounds left.
Oh yeah, just disgusting. What we saw is you. I charged you with the Flayman. Was able
Yeah,
to have a lucky attack. After I killed you, and after that you play what is that may never that, but you still had to make the panic test, fail the
panic
panic
test. Yeah,
test, was able to kill you and search for it on the objective. Now at that point I say okay, okay. Even if I really begin bad the game, I was a little bit
yeah,
unlucky
yeah.
at the start. I finished strong and at the luck turnover, and we finished the game 7-7. You decide not to flee, and I am grateful for that. But I will have let my unit in the center, and we'll still have thing finish
Yeah,
7.
yeah. It was still 7-7. Yeah,
And it was a great game. And Sam, thank you very much for this battle report after this long time, and I'm eager to do other with you.
absolutely. I'm really looking forward to next.
All right, thank you, buddy.